Hello everyone and welcome back to the Ironside cast. With me, Matt, to a 4v4 on a map I don't think I've ever seen. At least I don't think so. Called The Road to Paris, or On the Road to Paris. I might have seen this a long time ago. There seems to be weapons scattered around. Anyway, we are on the Western Front. Let's go for the Allies first. A full-on American team here. We have Italic Storm with the commander. We have Merrick straight to gate with Armor Company. We have Silver Booster to gate with Mechanized Company. And Bakra without a commander yet. So the Germans today, we have Gabe the Dog as the Mthis, Frederick Norheim as the Wehrmacht, Orkon straight to give with Jäger Tactics for the Mthis, and Commander Section straight to give with Panzerdivision for the Wehrmacht. It's a victory point game here on this 4v4 map, and because it's a 4v4 game, I'm probably going to be miss a lot of the action, I'm pretty confident of. Because there's going to be a lot to look for. You know, the Germans are slowly just moving up, and the Americans doing much the same. Trying to get into positions to secure ground. Sturmhanniers managed to push up pretty far. Sturmhanniers are coming up behind this. Some folks here are also securing ground. Neither side is going for a victory point yet. Never mind. Sturmhanniers have encountered some re-echelon down here. But some riflemen also coming up. While this is going on, there's also firefights going on along the other fronts. Some re-echelon encountering the other Sturmhanniers. There's going to be a lot of action here in this one, I think. Excuse me. I just came in from having a walk, coming back from work. Also, American riflemen coming up here. I don't think these Sturmhanniers want to stay for much longer. They have secured the victory point though, so they will bleed the Americans a little bit, but not too much. This with 1,000 points, so it's not going to be a big issue early on. More Americans coming into the center. We have some mechanized troopers here. Unique to US mechanized. A really good squad, by the way. I prefer to get these over the riflemen if you're playing as mechanized. I just don't feel they're a better squad. They don't have anti-tank rifle grenades, but I just feel like they are very good at what they do. Storm Grenadiers and Sturmhanniers still fighting here. Sturmhanniers are doing pretty good here with their K98s. Post Grenadiers not gonna last for much longer. So the Americans have secured the northern points up here and have dug in. Also the Wehrmacht is gonna try and make a push for the points. They're gonna be targeted now by the Americans. Don't have a lot of cover to work, but they do have some light cover in this angle. And a tank up there that Post Grenadiers can use. But more Americans are coming up quickly. More Grenadiers from the Wehrmacht also arriving. Because the Americans have been pushed out the center here. The folks can held on long enough for the Mthis to win out the engagement. And down here, Jeeb is having a little bit of firefight with the Kugelwagen. As more of the Mthis is moving up to try and hold the ground. But a full American team, so you might see a lot of Shermans later on here. Because I think every single American commander can just get basic Shermans to work with. Ooh, the Realism are moving out in the open, that's not where they want to be. They're becoming easy targets for the K98s. Even surviving here for the United States, but it might be a little bit too late. Realism goes down. Americans suffered heavy losses on the northern front here. The Sturmhanniers in the center are doing a lot of work. Being very accurate with their shots. And also the Wehrmacht now supporting and supplementing. But Central Victory Point is still not held by anyone. Americans are trying to press here. They took out the Kugelwagen. MG-34 has been set up here by the Wehrmacht. Try and keep the Americans at bay. So there's some more infantry trying to hold the line. I think this is Luftwaffe? Oh, this is Straf. Oh, Straf. We rarely get to see Straf. I like to see this. So some Ersatztruppen have been called in here. Some reserve troops. And the Wehrmacht are trying to hold the line. I like to see Straf. It's not a commander I get to see very often. I appreciate it. Ooh, the re-echelon are going to do well there. They get mowed down. Grenadiers can actually get the MG-34 100 rounds if you're playing as Straf, which is a pretty damn good upgrade for a Grenadier squad, by the way. I think for the same cost, that's the MG-42. Yep, except same cost. So it's just worth getting the MG-34 100 rounds over everything. Again, excuse me. But Americans use the buildings here. Well, the Germans are just trying to fight here. Wehrmacht has pushed up somewhat. But the Americans brought up 30 caliber machine gun and some more riflemen. Still no command choice from the North American. They managed to suppress the door, which means the American riflemen could just assault Because when they're suppressed, they're not going to be very accurate. But the smoke is actually covering them here from the destroyed Jeep. More American riflemen arriving. And I'm being tossed, and the Germans are running for it. In the center here, we still don't have anyone taking the central victory point. Keeps having a fight with the Kugelwagner here again. The 30 caliber is also right to hold the line. I think the Southern American has got a tank destroyer. Indeed he has. Has been built up behind the line. Germans have a 4 HQ over here by this field. Out here in the rural lands of France. Before it's being handed out to the Volks Canadiens now. The Americans are trying to place it to Germans here. So far, the front line is sort of starting to stabilize here. Actually, both sides have equal amount of territory with equal amount of points here. So this is very evenly split up, actually. Looks like the northern flank has gone for American infantry or rifle company. Let's see the big red one. So both sides are trying to figure out how to approach him here. Americans have a 4 HQ here in this town to try and fight forwards. Germans were trying to place on the southern flank here, but failed. Oh, they just sent a machine gun or something. Hard to tell. Well, I think it was an MG of their own, actually. An MG-34? It is an MG-34, so that's just one they have brought in themselves. Got some machine guns scattered about here. Both sides are just trying to outlast the other at the moment. Not much is happening yet. The Americans are digging here with fighting positions. 50 caliber machine guns on top. MG-42 arriving here for the Panzer Grenadiers. And try and see if they can keep the Americans low. But they have been suppressed, so it's going to take a while for them to target. But they actually cannot see the riflemen there. American 30 caliber machine gun right here. We also have a Untersturmführer from the Waffen-SS here for the Jägers. Deciding to pull back briefly. So neither side is able to secure the central points. Germans are keeping firm eyes on it, but so are the Americans. But currently, so far, the front line is just stabilizing. Most action is happening up here in the north flank at the moment. He was under fire from the MG-42. Fighting positions are being cleared out. So far, the Jeep is holding up against the MG. I'm not sure how. Americans decide they might want to have to pull back. 30 caliber trying to set up over here. Yes, out of range to the MG-42, so it should be fine. Germans are trying to assault the position. 30 caliber changing. Oh, that's... Oh, this Germans being mowed down on the open there. A little bit of an overextension there of the German infantry. The Waffen-SS Jägers are just trying to hold this position here. And bring up an open blitz to help reinforcement of the front line. Untersturmführers return to the front line here. Also, American machine guns are keeping an eye on the point. And we also have mortars arriving here for the United States. They're trying to apply more and more pressure. Kugelwagen trying to keep an eye on the center. We have some American armored riflemen here. They're unable to advance. They have to pull back, I think. We have an HQ right here at the front line, though. It's just a full-on frontal engagement here at the moment. The 2 has survived on the northern flank. Can separate an 80 gun, however. So the 2-2 cannot engage easily. Sophia is calling in some kind of artillery barrage. Just going to be a precision. Just forcing that machine gun back. They can be enforced here thanks to the open blitz, which will allow the Germans to maintain their position and grip in the area. Well, this being hit by a mortar at the moment. More German artillery landing here. And to deny these structures to the United States. Pulled in by the Lieutenant here of the Strafdivision. Germans are suffering some losses. Oh, they went for the MG-42 upgrades over the MG-34 100 rounds. Ooh. I feel personally that's a mistake when you play a Straf, but that's just a personal opinion. Because I feel that 50 more rounds for the MG-34 just gives them more firepower prolonged than the MG42 does. That's just a personal opinion. I'm sure they have a reason for the MG42. I'm sure they just prefer that gun. It's pretty good if they just remain stationary, I guess. Again, just a personal opinion. Stuart tried to push up here, but pulled back. Looks like I got hit by a Panzerbüchse enough to force it off. Also, we have a light mortar running here for the big red one, which can lay down a lot of fire. The main amount of them on the north flank digging in on the victory point itself, which might make them easier targets, but they are certainly still doing it. Need to get some medical supplies though. They do have an open blitz that can, I think, drop them. I'm unsure of that. Oh, we have delayed fuse being tossed in here on the down German position. Oh, they do not want to stay around with delayed fuses going on. Because delayed fuses can do a lot more damage. You know, the Wehrmann is trying to push up here. Leutnant remaining just behind. Trying to stay very close to the front line. Mthis is suffering some losses, but they've done a good amount of work still. And I guess the Wehrmann don't have an HQ here. No, they do not. And I want to consider setting up some kind of reinforcement point here. They can just move down to the buff that says to take care of it, but that's a little bit of a walk. They will safely set up some emplacements back here to do it for a while. Unless the Americans just pull through. Lots of rifle being used by the Americans. So we're going in here in the American positions. Playing at some of the American weapon teams. Also, there's one Sturmführer here from the other Germans. I think they've gone tank destroyed themselves. Yeah, Panzerjäger. Germans are going in for the central victory point. The Americans are trying to prevent it. Maybe force help the Volsky a bit, but that pineapple kills them. Neither side still has the point. And the stalemate remains. Looks like the Mthis is trying to do an assault of their own. Approaching on the American armored infantry. But the American armored infantry takes them down. Americans are firmly dug in around this little forest area. He tries to move up a little bit. Needs to keep moving there. Americans are going to try to set up some sandbags. Front line still just being held here. More delayed fuse going in. Untersturmführer from the Jägers is moving about. He has to be very careful with his movements here. The delayed fuse can do a lot of work. And they're running into machine gun fire. He got pinned. We do have a mortar here on counter barrage duty, but I don't think it's doing too much at the moment. We also have a Hauptsturmführer being called in here. And call some heavier barrages in. Sturmhanni is being pinned down. The Americans are firmly set up on this part of the town, although some of the stands get ruined. Some more Germans are also moving up. Oh, the Americans have lost this fuel point though. That could be an issue, but the Americans still having a new 4 HQ to operate from. But good job from the Wehrmacht, they've actually managed to clear that out. Some Sanitäter, some German medics are finally arriving here to help ensure the infantry is ready to fight. Everybody else start healing them. Handing out medical supplies. Panzer IV one arriving here for the Wehrmacht. American armor riflemen trying to advance here, but they're being suppressed by all the machine gun fire. Lots of bullets just being exchanged in this area. It's like the Americans trying to advance. Lieutenant is trying to clone some kind of artillery strike. 28 for trying to advance here. Smoke barrage is going in. Also, the Lieutenant is trying to pull in the barrage of his own. Pulling barrage on the point. Ooh. I think the Lieutenant should probably pick up an MG42. I'll give him a little bit more firepower to work with. Americans are trying to secure the central victory point again. Artillery is going in. And they've been suppressed. They've been pinned down. A little more delayed fuses going in. Heavy artillery hitting the part of the town the Americans are in. Take down more of the structures. No one has picked up that MG42 yet. Until they're going in the north and Wehrmacht position, they have to move. They're trying to set up a foliage inside this little shed here. Oh, there's a little shrine here. Did not see that. That's a cute little part of environmental storytelling of this part of France, I guess. A little bit of a shrine or tomb of some medieval knight or something. Who knows? Perhaps even a king. Panzer IV F1 is causing issues here. The Americans have secured their field point again. Until they're going in the American positions again. I really feel the Germans should get that MG42 picked up there for one of the squads. I really think one of the officers should get it. Yeah, there we go. The Lieutenant picks it up. It's going to give him a little bit more firepower for his squad. Fortunately going in now in the German positions. Called in by an American lieutenant, I imagine. Both sides are being quite active in doing that. Meanwhile, on the southern flank, the Germans don't really have much to hold but an MG. But the Americans are really pushing that side anyway. Panzer IV trying to push up here, but gets hit by a lot of anti-tank equipment. Bazooka clears it out.
Our Panzer forces have been reduced by 1.
And the Americans have brought up an A2 Sherman soon. That could be an issue for the Germans. More delayed fuses are going in, causing a lot of issues here for the German defense. That said some of these buildings ablaze, I think. Yep, one building got in a blaze. Delayed fuse is really good at doing that. Oh, it's hit directly on the building too. German infantry trying to push up here. Sturmgunners doing their best with their scope Sturmgewehrs. So the Hauptsturmführer is also trying to get closer to do some kind of barrage. But the Americans just have a lot of machine guns keeping an eye on the points. Or entry base anyway. Panzer IV has arrived here for the Waffen SS. They're going to try and make a push for the central point. They need to get some kind of victory point going so they can push the Americans back. A2 ship moving up to counter the Panzer IV. Shooting through this vision blocker, apparently, which that barrel is. It's a little bit awkward. Let's force the Sherman back. Oh, but an AT gun hits the Panzer IV. Sturmführer doing his best to hold the front line here. And with a Sturmgewehr himself. Looks like the Sturmgunners are trying to move in to take the point. Using smoke to cover themselves. And might actually succeed for them. The Germans might actually get the victory points going here. Next wave of American infantry is coming up to try and hold the line. Victory point is in German hands though. Now the Americans have to be the ones to assault. Not going to be an easy approach for the Americans. They're being pinned out here in the open. Well, the Grenadiers need to get behind their sandbags. And the Wehrmacht is still holding the northern flank here, calling in a Lux command tank. Altitudes are given in the front. There's also a Hauptmann without his tank on the field here. Panzer IV is being repaired. Looks like the Germans preparing cover here for the Americans to help push up. Very smart. That's actually going to allow the Americans to move further up safely. It also provides a little bit of cover for the Sherman, actually. So a good use of the abilities from the bulldozer there, actually. Hack's trying to get some shots in at range, but the bulldozer does keep more armor at the front, I think. Yeah, fails to penetrate. Super on the front line. It's the American side. Doing a good amount of damage, actually destroying the Pole HQ. Americans going for the point. Germans are quickly boosting up to try and stop it with Panzer IVs. Sherman gets taken out. Point has been neutralized though, but the Germans now have purple Panzer IV here to assault with. Stormgunners are trying to get behind cover here. Heat runs being loaded, which should not be generally used against infantry, but I've been proven wrong before. Machine guns still keep an eye on the German infantry. The life has been prepared behind the line. And so much going on here. Flag emplacement being set up by the Wehrmacht on the north. So if we have some Fallschirm pioneers also being called in back in the base here. Another Panzer arriving here to help supplement the front line. Panzer are rolling back for repairs. Heavy mortar has arrived here for the Division. Unique to Straf, I'm pretty sure. This is basically the Russian heavy mortar that the Germans more or less copied after encountering it on the eastern fronts. They grew very fond of the Russian design for the heavy mortar, I guess. Very effective mortar, after all. Sherman assaults at this point. Just as well as the late Fusion barrage is going in as well. Panzer trying to support here. Now, I'm pretty sure the Panzer is essentially the exact same as the Panzer H, except its turret is not electrical, which means they have to hand turn it. So there's very slow turret traverse rate. But it is cheaper for that reason. Central point is being utilized, but the Germans might move in. I think someone is pulling artillery on it. Could be smoke. Hey, it's smoke. Okay, let's go allow the Germans to move in. Unless the shell hits them. Because it's still shell. Now we're just moving in to try and take the points. Artillery hits the northern flag. Not hitting too much though. Flag is trying to hit the American positions and so far doing a good job. Flag is pushing in with down smoke grenades. But Germans are present. That's too much fire for the Americans to deal with. We also have some Panzer Grenadiers here for the 17th SS. Equipped with an MG42-100 rounds. Makes them very good at holding, supporting the tank and providing suppressive firepower. LIP rockets going in under the Jaeger's positions, doing a lot of work. Oh, the Jaegers have suffered heavy losses here to their Calliope barrage. Panzer IV even goes down. But other Panzer IVs are assaulting. Oh, the Panzer Grenadiers are down! But the point remains in German hands for the moment. The super hits the Panzer IV. That's an MG42-100 rounds. The Bundeswehr should probably grab that. That would be a lot of extra firepower for his squad. But they are being suppressed by that machine gun. ECAs are coming up behind it for the Americans as well. That's a delayed fuse right in the machine gun. But the rest of the team is not at the machine gun. Intriguing. Germans are advancing here. Sophia has to pull back. Panzer IV ensures the point remains in German hands at the moment. Sturmgunners is advancing here to get behind cover. Looks like there's some Nisei called in. Unique battle group available to use tank destroyer, basically Japanese Americans. Apparently fought very bravely and got a lot of Medal of Honors, as I understand. This is the Panzer IV is trying to do his best here. Hauptmann is trying to call in a barrage of some kind. It's gonna be Granatwerfer concentrated. Oh, Panzer IV gets taken out though. Panther tank is coming up behind us. Still busy push opens fire. You see this advancing. Super hits the big red one's line. You see it's now advancing by the center. The Jaegers do not have much to work with. Concentrated barrage going in. Looks like a Stuka also flew overhead. Give the Germans an idea where the Americans are. He was just holding on for that Panther, I think. Oh, good shot there from the pack. You see it has to pull back. So when we pop, the Americans are going for the central point. Germans need to get more defenses up to hold. Not easy at arriving here. MG42 with one around grabbed here by the Pioneers might be in the waste if they don't survive. They do survive though. And they're still fighting over the point. The Americans are still losing points, however slowly. And the Panzer arriving here. We also have a howitzer set up here by the Staff Division. Staff Division actually gets a lot of artillery options for the Germans. Americans still fighting hard here for the center. So the Wehrmacht tried to push here towards the fuel point. But the Big Red 1 has suffered heavy losses, but they're still present. Looks like the flak guns actually doing a lot of work. Just firing randomly out here. There's Stuka flies overhead. Hamper tank has arrived here. This might be a problem here for the EC that it cannot deal with easily. Because this is the Jaeger Panther, which is the best Panther they can get. Plus it can get infrared optics, which is pretty damn good. You know, the Germans are holding up here. Mates are going in. Hunter 2 command tank is so far still holding on. It's always holding up against the Sherman pretty well at this range. But it should not overextend itself. There we go, one penetration, that's to pull back after that, hopefully. No, it's not being pulled back. There we go, now it's being pulled back. That could have been very risky. Now with the path for the center, it's going to be very difficult for the Americans to push up again. There's more rockets are going in here from the Calliope. Get some good shots in. More artillery going in here from the Stuka Sufus now. Americans are trying to get to the point, but it's not really working out. One Stuka Sufus gets taken out, I think, by the Panther, possibly. And the Panther can just start punishing the American lines. Calliope rockets are going in, though. Punishing the support units of the Panther. Oh, Blitz also got cleared out, and also all the officers are mostly dead. Oh, lots of the Jaegers front lines have just been killed. Panther needs to be cautious now. This Panther definitely needs repairs quick. More Panzer VJs are arriving now. And we also have a Jagdtiger arriving on the field for the Germans. Bringing out a lot of their heavy equipment. Tu's going to try and go for the point to try and decapture it, but they cannot decapture. A2 Germans still keep an eye on it. A2 gets the thing out. Priests are now running for the Big Red 1. And mobile howitzer available to the United States. There's some Panzer now vying for the Panzer Division, the 15th. Panther will still need repairs. We have another house set up here by the Staff Division. It feels like the Americans probably intend on pushing down here then, if things are not going as well in the rest of the flank, the rest of the front. Like most of this side of the town has been leveled. The German side is still so far, for the most part, holding up. We have a Tiger tank being requisitioned here by the Panzer Division. As the flag just keeps hitting towards this AT gun to deny it. What's it been called here by the Germans? One naval weapon rockets by the sounds of it. And some light mortar barrage. Oh, it's a smoke. Ah, to allow the Germans to take the point. That's what the Panzer Grenadiers are there for. Also throwing Blame Corpus, very smart. That's toxic smoke. So the Americans will suffer loss as they move through it. Very smart there from Commander section. It's still an American 30 caliber machine gun. So the Americans were trying to make a push here for the sender. So far failed. Panther's ready for action again. But more delayed fuses are going in. Alongside other artillery pieces. You see, it has to be quite cautious against the Panther. Panzer's pretty damn good at what it does. Aufklar being pushed up here. We also have a Veterans 5 Untersturmführer. Jagdtiger now in the center, which the Americans are woefully unprepared for. Police is opening fire. E6 pushing northwards. Oh, Airbus going in. They cleared out the pack. Might have to give the Americans the opening they want if they want to push. They just need the infantry to push up behind it. And not long look for the Panzer Division, but a Tiger tank has arrived. This is to head to the front line. Set to remains in German hands for now. It's rockets rain down on the American lines. Germans doing an assault on the southern flank here, going for the munitions points. Hungary is being mowed down out in the open though. The American armored riflemen are pretty damn good at firing with their weapons. Fortunately being called in clearing out the 3-inch gun. Shipping gets taken out here. Panthers relocate to help deal with the northern flank. Firing through the trees somehow. Stoti supporting the Panther. They have a target on the EC8. EC8 is quickly backing off. But the Americans need some more dedicated anti-tank up here. Having a stock support the Panthers, that's actually a bad idea. The stock is fairly cheap and reliable, so you have a good little extra cannon and an extra machine gun that can help supplement and cover the flank of the Panther. Panzer is moving up to assault now thanks to the support of the Mthis' armored vehicles. Meanwhile, the Calliope is firing in. The Panthers have to advance. Oh, big shot there on the Panther. The stock remains operational. Tiger tanks now moving up to take over. What is happening here? Oh. Oh shit! The United States Air Force is coming in! The United States Air Force have that target. Some rocket-based anti-tank weapons. Jagdtiger is trying to get behind the structure for cover. Looks like I will save it here. Oh, almost! But another circling could happen, but the Germans do have a lot of AT set up. More flags are being set up quickly. But here comes another strafe. Oh, but the smoke is protecting it. Directing the rockets to hit other targets. The smoke is helping protect the vehicles for the most part. Reduces the accuracy of the rockets. Another flag has been set up here. I think the Germans are happy as long as they're not targeting the Jagdtiger. Once the 4 goes down, Blacks are doing their best to try and keep the skies clear. Jagdtiger just remains behind cover here. Oh! Misses. It's under too much fire. Another one. Oh! The Jagdtiger is still alive. More flags are set up quickly. The Germans realize they need a lot more anti-air coverage. But the Jagdtiger did survive. That's a huge boon for the Germans. Oh! It's coming in again. Oh, that was lucky. That was so close. Pretty nuts fight so far. While this is going on though, looks like the Wehrmacht pushed through on the northern flank. The Americans are running out of stuff to stop them. The Americans have lost a lot of units up here. Need more replacements. More riflemen are being requisitioned in to fill up the front line.
Just got a report of an infantry unit being wiped.
The Germans now got the upper hand, I feel. Second Panther has been requisitioned by Orchard for the Waffen-SS. The SEGA, not SEGA, the 3-inch is doing its best. Germans are taking in with more barbed wire to ensure they can maintain their hold in the center point. Lots of repairs going in at Jagdtiger. They want to keep that thing repaired. And more artillery being called here by the Germans. But the Germans don't have a lot of cover out here. And they're vulnerable to the American riflemen. So some first rockets going in. In the American front line. A Pershing has arrived here for the center. But the Pershing cannot fight the Jagdtiger, I'm pretty sure. Like, the Pershing's gonna have trouble against all these packs, actually. I suppose one has been loaded, though. Oh, wait, it loses sight of the target. And the closer it gets, it's gonna be easier for the packs to penetrate. But the packs are taking some shots still. Panther trying to get a flanking shot in. I suppose to hit one pack. More rockets are going in from the Calliope. There's also Ostwind now to help provide anti-air cover. The Jagdtiger is pushing up again. The Pershing cannot fight this thing head on. I think no American vehicle actually can. But the Americans need to push somewhere. Because the Germans just extending their defensive networks. Quite a bit of action here.
We lost an infantry unit. They got wiped out. Orders.
The Americans are moving up more anti-tank teams. What's already been called in? Germans just need to do something to keep the Americans distracted. The Americans are losing points, but it's not very quick, as you can see, because they need to take another victory point to really start speeding it up. Smoke being called in as the Hauptmann, or Hauptsturmführer, is calling in some kind of artillery barrage. It's going to be a precision barrage. Splinter grenade being tossed. Oh, good splinter grenade.
We lost an anti-tank gun.
Jackson is still holding this position. So that one's stuck, I think, yep. But artillery is coming in around it. But Jackson is immobilized. That said, it's doing a pretty good job dealing with any German vehicle. But the Americans have suffered heavy losses.
Enemies are swarming one of our emplacements.
Looks like the Pershing is heading to the northern flank. The Panthers are coordinating here to try and deal with EC-8s. Germans are just trying to advance further up bit by bit. So the Hauptmann is trying to pull in some kind of artillery barrage. It's going to be more Nebelwerfer. It's going to be 15 centimeter.
We have a forward structure under attack.
Suckersufus also fires. With some good shots in. We will not do too much. Also, we have a Brumbar as Stu being prepared by the Staff Division with the assault vehicle. Tiger got a good shot at the Pershing. Americans are trying to push up, but the Germans are just too fortified here.
Forces are securing our territory. The enemy is attacking one
Too many machine guns to point at that area. And the Aufklar is also just staying out here, keeping eyes on things. The Americans need to figure out a new plan. Calliopes are heading northwards, probably to help deal with the Tiger. EC8 need repairs. The Panthers are ready to advance again for the Mthis. A lot of flag in place we can set up. The Germans set up a lot of flag. It's good to see. They're actually actively working on anti-air coverage. Allows the Germans to ensure the Allies cannot use their air power. Germans and the 6 man to get shot in here. Fails to hit. Well, actually, it did hit, but it failed to penetrate, rather. Calliopes is opening fire on the Panthers. Suppose can work if they can hit them. Tiger also getting hit up here by the Calliope, facing the crew. And we softening up the German defense. Pershing is ready for action again. Second Pershing being prepared by the Americans. EC needs some repairs. Oh, Gabe is pushing through. Oh, they're overrunning the American position down here. When they realize they found an opening they can use. The Stupa is also helping the assault. The Stupa works somewhat like a mobile howitzer of some kind. But Germans seem to get more infantry to push up. There's not a lot of infantry here. And the Americans need to relocate, stop this push.
Enemies are swarming one of our emplacements.
The Americans need to work quick. I'm not sure what the Stupa is doing. Stupa needs to close out to do some great assaults. But the Americans are suffering heavy losses.
Just wasted some of our riflemen.
I feel like Italic Storm has lost practically everything here. Stupa now assaulting this position. Oh! Almost taking out the captain. Jackson is relocated down here to try and help short front line. But the Germans have pushed up pretty far. Well, up here the Americans are trying to prevent the Germans from securing the fuel point again. But the Pershing is still there to hold it. But the Americans got to keep it neutralized at the least. But the Americans could lose the southern victory point if they don't show up the defenses down here. Americans probably need to figure out how they can coordinate this. They need more infantry in the field, I reckon. King's Tiger is being requisitioned soon by the Panzer Division. Was that the Mthis is preparing for another push? Oh boy, the Panzer Sherman also being prepared behind us. Just hear the rockets landing somewhere. There's fighting going on up here. The Pershing still holding the Wehrmacht's position. Wehrmacht do not have a lot to hold up here anymore. They still have the Tiger tank. Panthers are nearby, but the Panthers do need repairs sometimes. Tiger will shut down the Pershing. But the Pershings fire back. The Pershing can penetrate the Tiger fairly reliably. Gonna kill them the bunker. Flag is still trying to open fire. More Panzergrenadiers are arriving here to hold the line. Getting inside the bunker here. The Germans still gonna try and hold the line to the best of their abilities. Tiger tank moves up again. More Panzergrenadiers are arriving. This is going on. The Mthis is pushed down here. Panzer IV gets cleared out. The Germans now securing the southern retreat point, which is going to put the Americans on a much bigger timer. A much faster timer, anyway. But the Americans are suffering heavy losses down here. The Pack's putting pushed up. Jackson cleared out. The EC8s have to pull back for repairs. Pershing still pushing on the north here. White phosphorus rounds are going in. Heisang is trying to deal with the Pershings. As you can see it, they failed to penetrate so far. One good shot there. But looks like the playback ends. I guess the match is over? I guess one side might have surrendered. I guess the Germans did push through down here. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this one. I'll see you next one. Bye-bye!